10 years ago, I was training for my first half marathon when I was attacked, beaten, and raped. I narrowly escaped with my life by rolling myself over a small cliff and running half-clothed to safety. That was the easy part. I spent the next 3 years undergoing intense counseling and brain therapy from the damages caused by the attack. I was an insomniac for 2 years. My grades suffered for the first time in my life. Because of the psychological trauma, I wasn't able to run again for 9 years. I'll come back to that part later. I even attempted suicide just to try to end the pain. Rape is the most brutal of crimes. It attacks the body, the mind, and the soul. It is a clear violation of basic human rights. My older sister flew out to attend my appointments with doctors and detectives. My parents ensured I had the best care to heal me. And when insurance wouldn't pay for them, my dad cashed out retirement accounts to pay for treatments. My mom drove me an hour each way to brain therapy multiple times a week. My younger sister was my biggest fan. I'm so lucky to have the family I have to help me get through this. Not everyone has this. Lately, you hear about rape in the media a lot. Not one, but 2 separate incidents involving 5-year-old girls in India, raped and murdered. A 14-year-old girl in the US and a 16-year-old in Canada were raped, had their attacks published online, and committed suicide. A student in Brazil riding a bus home, gang raped. Rape is happening every day in every one of our countries. We are all disgusted and shocked when we hear those stories. Yet we don't talk about rape, and by not doing so, we silently condone it. Rape is a silent epidemic. Statistics internationally are very hard to come by because women don't report their rapes. In fact, in some countries, you can be jailed for reporting rape. And in most countries, you and your family are shamed into silence. In the United States recently, statistics show up to 1 in 5 women will be raped in their lifetime. I can confidently say every one of you in this room knows someone who has survived rape. And some of you here are also survivors. We are a gathering of leaders from 190 nations. We must start the conversation about rape. Just the word rape is uncomfortable. It doesn't seem polite. But we must talk about rape. I want the conversation to start today. This is an international epidemic, and rape is being used as a weapon against women. We need to talk to young boys about respecting girls' minds, bodies, and souls, to treat them as equals. We need to teach them violence against women is never okay. They need to know that rape is the most horrendous of crimes and destroys women's lives. If we don't talk about this, boys won't report it or try to stop it. We need to talk to our young women about respecting themselves, that if they or someone they know is raped, it is not okay. They must come forward to get the help they need and end this disgusting cycle of violence. When we start talking about rape, we can give women the resources they need to recover and thrive again. We must talk about rape. 2 months ago, I celebrated 10 years of survival from my rape. I celebrated by running the half marathon I had been training for when I was attacked. At the beginning of the speech, I told you running had become physically impossible for me. I'd run for a minute, I'd get physically ill because I felt like someone was following me. But 1 minute at a time, 1 mile at a time, and with a lot of help from family and dear friends, I finished 13.1 miles. And I wanted to help other women too. So I raised over $19,000 for the nonprofit Speaking Out About Rape. The money will enable more women to get the help they need to recover. I was so lucky I survived. I was so lucky to have access to the resources I needed to recover. Not many women have that because the resources are not available, because they cannot talk about it, and because we don't talk about rape. I started the conversation today. I was raped. I said that awful word, rape, 27 times. I challenge you to talk about rape once today, once when you get back home, and keep talking about it. We must make this world safer for our women and our young girls. We must talk about rape. Thank you.